Hey everyone, welcome back to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm sonofasilverstacker. Today's date is the 25th of May, 2025, and in this video we're going to be talking about those Lincoln cents. Just in the past few days, we had got word that the United States Mint had ordered just enough planchets to end the penny production by early 2026. Now, before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. It's a really big number. Not sure exactly how big it is, but I'm pretty sure it's ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now, over here to moneymetals.com, I'm going to show you the spot prices where they ended the week. Gold at 33.71.55, silver at 33.70, platinum at 11.13.55. A lot of dual digits here. Look at that's kind of cool. Yahtzee, let's see, copper ended the week at £4.86 pound. And you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.49 for a quantity 1 through 39. They got you paying $40.19. Isn't that something? All right, now the buyback, the Subtitulada price is going to be $34.89 each. And yes, that is definitely above the silver spot price. Next stop's going to be the Google machine. And you have probably read maybe one or two or seen 3, 4, 5 videos about the end of the Lincoln cent. And that's it. It's gonzo, folks. But is it? So I imagine, and you probably have too, I've done it, checked out eBay to see what these 2025 Lincoln cents are selling for. And I'll show you that here in a second. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think it's it's like 2.0, you know, it's that mad rush for these Lincoln cents 2.0. We saw earlier in the year in February, maybe a little early in March, and then here we go again in May. This is just incredible. So some of the titles of these articles say Treasury ends penny production following Trump directive. Reuters says U.S. Treasury unveils plan to end production of penny coin. Coin World says planchet supply is enough to keep in production. That was actually a month ago, I believe, from Paul Gilks. U.S. Mint to halt penny production by early 2026, citing rising costs and budget savings. So let's hit up that article real quick. Just going to read the first paragraph or so. This is by Jerry Newman, dated 5/24/2025. I did tell you the article name. It's U.S. Mint to halt penny production by early 2026, citing rising costs and budget savings. This is out of Circleville, Ohio, where it's almost 50 degrees, it looks like. Wow, that'd be nice right about now. All right, there's a 1942 Lincoln cent. Beautiful, beautiful coin right there. And honestly, you know, one of the easiest coins to collect is the Lincoln cent. You can get 50 of those examples for 50 cents. You can get 100 for 100 cents. You know, look, $1, right? It's incredible. It's probably the gateway, the doorway to coin collecting. All right. Now, if you're going to start collecting coins in the future, that's not going to be Lincoln cents. It's going to be the lowest denomination. I guess the entry is those Jefferson nickels. And the question about that one is, will the Jefferson nickel keep the metal composition that it currently has, or will they become some sort of zinc hybrid, right? So that's probably what's going to happen. Now, it says here out of Washington, D.C., the U.S. Mint has placed its final order for penny blanks and will cease production of the 1 cent coin once the current inventory is depleted, expected by early 2026, according to an announcement updated on Saturday, May 24, 2025 at almost 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, so here it is, folks. This is a big deal. When is that early production going to end? Really, that's the question. Now, we don't know how much material they have purchased to produce these Lincoln cents, but we do know that the United States Mint can strike millions of coins in just a matter of days, okay? And they could run through their whole inventory of those of the planchet supply, all right? However, they're talking about early 2026. That could be December strikes, January strikes, maybe even all the way up to March, right? The first quarter of 2026. And that would be, I imagine, to get out those semi-quincentennial Lincoln cents. So not only are those going to be highly sought after because it's the last of the Lincoln cents, it's going to be a semi-quincentennial 250th anniversary celebration of the United States. I mean, there's a lot going on here, folks. And I went live last night and I was talking to folks saying, you know, if you're going to end up buying a lot of the products from 2025 here and 2026, I would imagine that an extra job, some part-time income or whatever, would probably be helpful to get all the coins we want. So this is eBay. And I have here 2025 P&D Lincoln cent. And I have here ended recently, all right? And yeah, wow, you wouldn't even believe some of the realized prices that people are paying here. So here's 2 rolls, Philly and Denver for $30-ish. $4.50 for 2 coins right there in the fountain, $26.99 for a P and a D, $5.49 for one example of each right there. And look, I got to, well, I'll tell you in a minute here for my discovery. So $1.89, $2.10, that seems reasonable. $37.59 to 2025. I think that's brilliant. Smart seller there. $2.99, you get a P and a D. $27.99 PDS. All right, $39. Yeah, I mean, look, they're really not going as gonzo as they did, but they're going gonzo. Look at this. I'm going to go to the highest first. You won't even believe what some people are paying. Yep, so that was March 8th. That was May 22nd. May 22nd. Yeah, that was just a few days ago, folks. $699 for 50P and 50D, or is it P and D? Either way, that's a good bit of money, I would say, for a box of pennies. That costs $50. There's $625 on March 1st. That was a little bit closer to the mania that we had seen. There's March 23rd, a whole box, right? 6 rolls each of 2020. No, that's not a whole box. Wow. $279. And then there's these bad boys, right? So these are absolutely outstanding. Love the labels on these. And I think the person that designed those may have contacted me. They're really beautiful. And hopefully we're working out something where he can give you a discount or something really cool. Wouldn't that be? Now, 2010 to 2025, $164.95. Those are all OBW, original bank wrap rolls. I think those are the most ideal rolls when it comes to uncirculated coins, because you don't want those customer wrapped rolls. Those just don't have the luster and the beauty of the original bank wrapped rolls. So there it is. We're seeing definitely some mania happening, mania 2.0 for the Lincoln cent sales. And I don't think we need to worry about any of that or just feed into that frenzy at all, because let me show you here. So here we are at the circulating coin production for the United States Mint, 2025 circulating coins. And we've already demonstrated that the Mint has struck 1 billion Lincoln cents for 2025. 1 billion. Yeah, that's ridiculous. All right. That's a lot of coins. That's almost half of what they produced for the whole year, right? 2.4 billion, 1.0 billion. Yeah, almost half. Well, that means there's going to be lots of them out there. Now, next year, early 2026, I would imagine we could see numbers in the 35, maybe 500,000. We don't know what we're going to see, right? It could be 500 million. Right? Think about that. It could be 750 million. It could be 250 million. We don't know yet. But what we do know is that the United States Mint is going to be selling these Lincoln cents in the future. You're probably wondering how a stacker knows that. Well, I got to show you here something. Now, this is the penny. This is the year of issue, 1793 to present. All right. And this is the 2025D. You're looking at 2025P and then the San Francisco proof right there. Now, the background, and this, look, the reason I'm showing you this is to show you all the different ways you can collect the penny nowadays. Because really, I think once this program ends, people are going to be wondering, what can I do with my Lincoln cent collection? Because if it's gonzo, they're not going to make any more, so you can't collect any more future issuances, right? So you're going to have to do what? You're going to have to look back at the Lincoln cents that have been issued in the past, or collect a new coin altogether, right? So what I think people are going to probably be polishing up their Lincoln cent collections here in the next few years. And what I think that means is they're going to be upgrading their coins, maybe that are in their folders or in their albums, to mint state reds, or maybe even getting more coins graded by third-party grading companies. Now, it says here, this is the background, the Union Shield. That's what this is right here, the Union Shield. Bingo. And it seems like it always has like an air right over here with some die chips for some reason. I don't know why. All right, here we go. The theme is the current design of the U.S. 1 cent coin. The U.S. Mint first issued the design in 2010. Okay, bingo. There's some information right there, a little nugget in 2010. That's right. The obverse head shows the image of the president, Abraham Lincoln, used on the penny since 1909. The shield on the reverse tails represents Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single country. Yeah, there you go. The penny was one of the first coins made by the U.S. Mint after its establishment in 1792. The design on the first penny was a woman with flowing hair symbolizing liberty. Remember that flowing hair? Yeah, that was a big deal. The coin was larger and made pure copper, while today's smaller coin is made of copper and zinc, mostly zinc. I think it's 2.5% copper, makes it a zinc cent. Liberty stayed on the penny for more than 60 years. In 1857, the coin got smaller and the metal composition changed to 88% copper and 12% nickel. With these changes came new designs. In 1858, 1857 and 1858, new coins featured a flying eagle, and those are really amazing. Those are very expensive coins if you don't know. All right, on the obverse, and a wreath on the reverse. All right, the Indian head design appeared from 1859 to 1909, and then in 1909, Abraham Lincoln became the first president featured on our coins in honor of his 100th birthday. Yeah, he was the first president featured on a coin. What? Yeah. It's amazing. The Lincoln penny obverse showed the image of Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner that is still used to this date until next year. Nope, it's going to keep on keeping on. You watch. From 1909 to 1958, the reverse featured 2 sheaves of wheat. From 1959 to 2008, the reverse was an image of the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Casparo to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. Now, these are really cool coins, all right? In 2009, I'm telling you all the different types, like of Lincoln cents, right? Typesets. In 2009, the Mint issued 4 different pennies, 4 different types of pennies throughout the year as part of the Lincoln Bicentennial 1-cent program. The program recognized the Lincoln's 200th birthday and the 100th anniversary of the first Lincoln cent. The themes on the reverses represented 4 major aspects of Lincoln's life. All right. I think it was presidential years, formative years, and so on and so forth, right? And then I think those were LP1, LP2, LP3, and LP4, and then LP5 was the 2010 issuance of those are product codes from the United States Mint, by the way. I think LP5 was the Shield cent for 2010. Now, unusual pennies. Now, these may actually be the ones that get a little bit more attention, I would think. Now, in 1943, pennies were made of zinc-coated steel because copper was needed during World War II. Now, at the beginning of 1943, a limited number of copper pennies were struck by mistake. Yeah, and if you have one of those bad boys, you're doing all right. And I would imagine now that the penny is going gonzo, well, it's probably going to be worth a little bit more than it is now. Maybe even substantially. Who knows? In honor of the Mint's 225th anniversary in 2017, and they didn't announce this. It was just kind of a, hey, we're just going to go ahead and put a mint mark on that penny. And that's what they did. So the Mint added a mint mark for the 2017 P for the very, very first time. And then it was it. It was gonzo. Now, in 2019, the West Point made special collectible pennies with a W mint mark, and those were only available, not in circulation, but if you bought the uncirculated coin set, the proof set, and the silver proof set, those 3 issuances. And then the following year, they were supposed to do they did the proof, the reverse proof, Jefferson nickels, but they never, ever did the uncirculated West Point Jefferson nickel. That was a bummer in the summer. Oh, here we go. Characteristics. I'm going to leave this to you. Let's keep on keeping on. I'm going to go here to the next stop here. That's the penny right there. It is gorgeous. There is Victor David Brenner's initials. And you remember, I think there was an extra V. Our friend Bo Palmer, Coin Hunter, seems like he was the only guy sourcing those out of upstate New York in the upper tier there. That's incredible. Now let's keep on keeping on. And now this is the part where it all makes wonderfulness for everybody, especially if you like the Lincoln cent. Okay, there's 2 bills here. All right, one of them is from Congress. This is from the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs, and this is from the House Financial Services Committee. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and read these, and they're really basically the same thing. And I've got here S1525. It's the 119th Congress, first session. They're really busy over there. You can tell. It says here, elimination of production of 1-cent coin. What? Yeah, it's gonzo. All right. Elimination. But there's an exception. Check this out. In general, on or after the date described in subsection A, the Secretary of the Treasury shall continue to mint and issue 1-cent coins as appropriate solely to meet the needs of numismatic collectors of the 1-cent coins. Folks, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Relax. We don't need to go gone. In fact, you know what? I would think, and I'm going to go here real quick here. So this is the House Financial Services. Same story. Same story, exception. The Secretary of the Treasury shall continue to produce 1-cent coins as appropriate solely to meet the needs of numismatic collectors of the 1-cent coin. Yeah. So there you go. And could this be a period of time where we're going to finally see rolls of Lincoln cents struck by and sold by the United States Mint on their product schedule? Yes, please. And it's been some time since they actually did that. So this is great news, folks. I don't think we need to worry about too much losing the Lincoln cent. It won't be completely deleted. It won't be completely eliminated out of our lives. We're going to do fine. Now, what I did is I asked the Google machine here, what will penny cent collectors collect now that the penny is gonzo? That was the Google machine. So I asked AI, and it says, while the U.S. Mint is ending production of pennies, they will still remain legal tender and be available for use in transactions, according to a report by Axios. This means that penny collectors will still be able to collect and appreciate pennies, particularly older ones. However, the focus of collectors may shift towards older and more rare pennies, such as the 1943 copper Lincoln cents or those from the wheat pennies era in 1909 to 1958. Remember, I was just talking about all of that with you with these particular coins right here. And I will leave this link in the description because if you're into Lincoln cents and you want to further that collection, these have all the wonderful details there. And you don't really have to go get but I would also get the Red Book. That's also a quality publication, folks. So let's keep on keeping on. Here we go. I read that. Now, let's go to the gray sheet, folks. Now, these folks over here, this gray sheet action, I guess, I just owned myself. Collecting Strategies for Lincoln Cents. And this is published February 11, 2025. And I got to hand it to the folks over at Gray Sheet because they saw the writing on the wall. And just a couple days later after that, I guess, comment by the president, well, they got busy and said, well, what are people going to do next? Well, I think they already saw what people are going to do next. So since its debut in 1909, the Lincoln cent has long been one of the most popular series for collectors. This is by DLRC, published February 11, 2025. Did they see it coming? You bet. Or were they ahead of the curve? You bet. Now, it says here, I'm just going to leave a link in the description here, but here they go. A few ways to collect Lincoln cent. The full series, 1909 to present, okay. The key dates, absolutely. 1909 SVDB, 1914D, I have that one right there. 1922, I don't have that one, and I don't have that one. But I do have that one, but I polished it when I was a kid. Oh, I took Brasso and steel wool. I did. I'm telling you, it's brutal. Yeah, Brasso. Now, while there are some varieties recognized, 1917, 1934, and 1937, these are lesser known and are not considered by some to be major varieties for the set. Yeah, that's right. Now, here we go. Wheat cents, 1909 to 1958. Absolutely. The memorial reverse. Yeah, the memorial reverse. Think about that. And that's something that a lot of us grew up with that just seems as common as the air we breathe, right? And then we have modern Lincoln cents, 2009 till present. And I think 2009 is a very, very special year in the Lincoln cent. And then obviously proof issues 1909 to present. Now, as a collector, there's no perfect way to build a set of Lincolns, whether or not it's first foray into collecting or a re-entry into the world of numismatics. Lincoln cents have long been a staple of 20th and 21st century collections. While some will follow the guidelines set before them by the registry set phenomenon, every set has a license for creativity, and the main goal is to enjoy collecting, whether it's a lifetime of work or organizing the pieces in miscellaneous jar in the closet. Yikes! Yowza, right? So that's pretty incredible, folks. There's a lot of ways to collect the Lincoln cent. What are you guys going to do? Are you going to are you into the Lincoln cents at all? Are you not into Lincoln cents? And if you are, how are you going to refocus your collecting habits? Obviously, there's probably not going to be any original bank wrap rolls for 2026 after a certain period of time, which means you may only be able to get those through the United States Mint if they sell rolls. So we're on the precipice of something really interesting, folks. Now, we did say through the legislation that we need not worry that there will be an exception made for these particular coins to meet the needs of numismatic collectors, right? Numismatists. Who knows? Now, let's go to the plus ones. I feel like I've yammered for way too long. Hey, the hereafter. Do you believe in the hereafter? Yeah, that's right. Now, plan for this world as if you hope to live forever, but plan for the hereafter as if you expect to die tomorrow. That's from the Choice of Pearls. Now, let's go over here to 39's 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is George Michael, Hand to Mouth, off the Faith album. And it's got some subtitles in there too. Now, with that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. And let me know whether or not you're going to change your Lincoln cent collecting behavior, or you're just going to ignore it and you've never done it before, right? How does this change what you've been collecting, or does it not change anything? Now, folks, y'all have a great rest of your Memorial weekend. I think it's Sunday. We got another day. And that is fantastic. Hopefully you're able to spend it with the people you love and who love you. Stacker out.